It's 3 a.m. You're staring at the ceiling. Your phone is face down on the nightstand because you promised yourself you wouldn't check it. Your brain is cataloging every regret you've ever had. The room is too quiet. You tell yourself something is wrong with you, but the real answer is far stranger than a broken brain. It starts over 2,000 years ago, on the banks of a river in what is now Tamil Nadu, where night never meant darkness at all. Picture a household in the Sangam age, along the Vaigai River, around the 3rd century before your era began. There's no electric grid, no street lamp, but there's also no true blackout. In the corner sits a small clay lamp, fed by a reservoir of oil deep enough to burn for hours. People called it the Nandhaa Vilakku, the lamp that never sleeps. Sangam poets mention it again and again, this small flame that stayed lit long after the household had gone quiet. Why does that matter? Because night in this world wasn't a single unbroken black. It was managed, tended, kept barely alive on purpose by someone who got up in the dark hours to make sure it didn't go out. This wasn't superstition alone. It was function. A lamp that never fully died could be relit instantly. No fumbling for embers at 3 a.m. Sangam literature, composed roughly between 300 BCE and 300 CE, is organized around 5 landscapes the poets called Tinai: mountains, forests, farmland, coast, and dry wasteland. Each carried its own emotional weather, its own version of longing and waiting. Waiting, especially at night, shows up again and again in these poems. A lover counting hours until dawn. A woman lying awake while her husband crosses harsh dry country, worrying if he's found water. The night was something to be endured and watched, not simply closed your eyes against for 8 hours straight. So what does a lamp that never sleeps tell you about the people who lit it? They weren't strangers to deep night. Someone tending that flame at 2 a.m. wasn't experiencing insomnia. They were performing a small, expected task, the way you might set a coffee maker the night before. The waking wasn't an accident to be fixed. It had a job attached to it, and a job changes how a waking moment feels. Here's where the picture widens. In 2015, archaeologists began excavating Keezhadi along the same Vaigai River near modern Madurai. What they found reshaped how historians talk about ancient Tamil life. Brick structures, ring wells, drainage systems, pottery inscribed with Tamil Brahmi script, among the earliest writing in South India. Carbon dating placed organized settlement here as far back as the 6th century before your era, centuries earlier than many historians had assumed. This wasn't scattered huts. It was planned, with streets, water management, and specialized craft zones. People who build drainage systems and inscribe pottery aren't living in chaos. They're living on a schedule, and schedules account for the hours when the sun isn't doing the work for you. Did everyone simply sleep straight through from dusk to dawn? Almost certainly not. Grain needed checking. Pottery left to dry needed turning. A household built around oil lamps and craft running in stages would produce a more fragmented relationship with night than the 8-hour block you've been told is the gold standard. Wakefulness in the dark hours wasn't a malfunction here. It was one more shift in a day that didn't fully stop. Think about what that means for you. Lying there at 3 a.m. convinced something is wrong. Your bedroom is darker than a Sangam-era household ever was. There was almost always a small flame nearby, warm and living. Not the harsh blue glow of a phone screen, but light all the same. Your modern night asks you to go from blackout to blackout, with nothing in between to ease a waking moment. So when you do wake, there's no lamp to check, no small task waiting, only silence and your own thoughts rushing in to fill it. The person tending a Nandhaa Vilakku at 2 a.m. wasn't spiraling about an alarm clock. They were quietly keeping something alive. The builders at Keezhadi weren't worried. Broken sleep meant something was wrong with them. Their rhythm assumed the night had work in it. The fear you feel at 3 a.m. isn't an ancient inheritance. It might be the opposite, a modern invention, born from a night with nothing left in it for you to tend or watch. This doesn't mean you need a clay lamp on your nightstand. It means the next time you wake in the dark and your mind reaches for the word broken, offer it a different story. Somewhere along a river in Tamil Nadu 2,000 years ago, someone else was awake at this exact hour too, tending a small flame, in no hurry to call it a problem. It's 3 a.m. again, sometime in your future. You're staring at the ceiling. But this time you know the stranger answer. The dark hours were never empty. They've always had something quietly burning inside them, waiting for someone awake enough to notice.